Dude, I tried to get a Bassman sound today, but at best it sounded like some tired animal. How?
I'm very happy to help, so today we're going to be looking at how to tweak the Fender Bassman. Let's start from scratch. I'm going to load up the Fender Bassman, which is the Tweet Blues, and you've got the normal channel and the bright channel. I normally don't like to go with bright channels because it ends up being too bright to my ears. The higher frequencies need to be tamed down in the Helix anyway. So let's go with the normal channel. Let's load up a dual cab because I do want to have some flexibility. And we will go down to the 4x10 Tweet P10R, which are Jensen speakers. And remember to turn this also to the 4x10 so that we get identical tone coming from both the left and the right. The OP asking for help used a Gretsch Country Gentleman, which is Filtertron pickups. I don't have that particular guitar, so I'm using my Variax with the model on the R-Billy and with the virtual pickups tuned to the Filtertron style pickups. So hopefully this is going to be in the same ballpark. The complaint was that Fender Bassman has a very farty quality to the sound, and it wasn't really meshing very well in the context of a worship music mix. So let's go through the default settings here and see what we have. Let's try to find out the reasons why the sound sounds farty. To immerse the amp and cab in a more praise and worship style environment, I'm going to have a delay and reverb. Let's pull out the transistor tape. I'm going to turn this to quarter notes, and I'm just going to turn the headroom higher, trails on. Then I'm going to load up a simple glitz, and I might turn the decay up because it's worshipy. Turn up the pre-delay, turn up the mix, maybe 25%. And turn the rate slightly lower, and then the mod mix slightly higher. What do we have here? That's not too bad. So what seems to be the problem? What if I try adding in some drive from, let's say, the Tima, which is your standard worship kind of sound? Maybe he was going for this kind of situation. I'm not sure. My stock settings. Okay, so I think I'm starting to see what the problem is. Now, this particular microphone, the SM7B, which is now at the cap edge and at 1 inch distance, is having, number one, a lot of bass response that could add to some low-end build-up, especially if you have delay and reverb at the back. At the current tone stack settings, this is a bit on the brittle side of things because the drive is a bit higher. It has the microphone right at the grill and on the cap edge, which to my ears, you may not want to do that with a microphone like SM7B. Hey guys, Editor Justin here, and in case I'm not clear because I still am quite sleep deprived and undercaffeinated, I believe we have two problems. Number one, the choice of microphone and its location right next to the grill led to some bass build up, which led to less clarity in the sound. Number two, there's a delicate balance between the amp gain and the treble response in relation to pick, attack, and transients. Have the amp gain set too high, and those upper transients are going to distort too much, which leads to the farting sound. So we have two solutions. Number one, on the cab side, we use a combination of microphones, one to capture body and energy, and the other to capture sizzle. And number two, we use a faster compressor at the start of the chain to make sure that those transients are tamed before they hit the amplifier. Let's begin to intentionally tweak. I'm going to go with my 57 on one side. I want that to be slightly away from the cone so it doesn't capture the brittleness. Maybe I'll pull this back by 1.5 to 2 inches. I'm going to have the other microphone as the 121 ribbon, and I'm going to position this right at the center. 1 inch is fine because I want to capture as much energy as possible. And then on the tone stack side, I'm going to turn this down to, let's say, I'm going to turn this down to 2. I'm going to turn the bass down as well to maybe something a bit more neutral sounding. In fact, I'm going to make all these nice and even numbers. Bring out some volume because we brought down the drive, and let's hear how it sounds like. Let's add in some compression to make the notes pop out and stand out. I'm going to turn this down to 4. I'm going to turn this down to 65%, and I don't want it to drive the amp so hard, so let's go down to 4 dB. To my ears, the Fender Bassman has a mid-scooped kind of sound, which is great for cleans, but if you use a transparent overdrive, which basically pushes all the frequencies up at the same time, you are going to get that fizzle with the higher frequencies. What I would use instead for overdrives is to find overdrives that have a mid-bump characteristic, something like the TS-808. And just for fun, since I've heard that with Fender Bassman style amplifiers, people love to use the Diana drive. So let's try this together. Now I want this to be a second stage drive, so I'm going to turn this up to, let's say, 6. I'm going to turn the voice down because I think that's where the treble frequencies are being pushed a bit more. Start with TS-808. Just because it's praise and worship, I'm going to add in a second delay, which is going to be your dotted 8 sound. So let's turn this up. I'm going to turn the mix higher and the feedback lower. If you enjoy tone tweaking videos like this, I have a playlist that you can check out right here where I've gone through similar processes for both the HX Stomp, Helix, as well as the Pod Go. See you there.